It is a beautiful day for baseball in Florence, Kentucky. Glad you could be along for the ride. Aaron Brody alongside my partner in crime, Aaron Lucan, today. Looking forward to a potential series victory for the Florence Freedom, who did their best last night in a thrilling 12-3 tromping of the Lexington Las Leyendas. Now they search for the series victory in Game 2. If they're able to do that, they'll look to break out the brooms for the second consecutive time in a matinee finale tomorrow at 3:05. With that, I'll bring you into the broadcast booth to meet the broadcasters today. Aaron Brody here, Aaron Lucan there. First things first, Lucan, welcome to the airwaves, my friend.
Thank you very much, Brody. I appreciate it. This is something that I've always wanted to do. One thing I think that now I've done everything in this ballpark that there is to do. So another thing crossed off the bucket list tonight.
Well, in a place where all of us wear so many hats, this guy right here might wear the most. So we're happy to check off that item off the bucket list and talk a little baseball today. So we got the Freedom and the Leyendas, two teams that at times have really showcased themselves to be potentially the best team in their organization for this four-team mashup, the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. But yesterday it was all Freedom.
Yes, Brody, it was. From the moment the game started, first pitch on, the Freedom bats were on fire, starting with Craig Massey, who hit yet another home run, his second in consecutive nights. Chad Setio, who's been so hot for the Freedom, with another two doubles, a triple, and along with an RBI. Cesar Trejo, 3 singles, 3 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. If you're noticing a trend here, it's pretty much all Freedom all the time, and so much like the tenure of Dennis Pelfrey, the Freedom skipper. Absolutely no holes in this lineup from top to bottom.
There's no question about it. 1 through 9, they are lethal. We saw a couple of guys in that lineup make their Freedom debut last night. One of those guys will be in the starting lineup tonight, Logan Wyatt, the man who was an Augusta Green Jacket just a season ago, single-A affiliate of the San Francisco Giants, and a guy that the newly named San Jose Giants manager Dennis Pelfrey knows quite well. Tyler Fitzgerald, who's also in the starting lineup tonight, teammates with Logan Wyatt in Augusta last season. So we'll get more into that when we get to the Freedom side of the first inning. But let's talk about what the keys to success are today to take the series in the middle game.
Absolutely, Brody. So for the Freedom, it is, of course, getting those bats started early. They're going to face Zach Hurley, a right-hander who they have seen a couple times already, who has proven to be a worthy opponent. But starting early, so much of the time, like in Pelf's tenure, is going to be the key here tonight for the Freedom, along with strong pitching from the starter, Kevin Hahn.
Kevin Hahn does get the chance to make his second start today. We'll look forward to seeing what the righties got. Some fun facts on him as well. This should be a good broadcast and another tremendous opportunity for the Freedom to showcase what they can do. As he mentioned, Zach Hurley is getting the start for the Leyendas tonight. The right-hander pitched for the University of the Cumberland, so he's another one of those local products for the Lexington squad. He'll be on the mound here at UC Health Stadium. First pitch in about 6 minutes. So with that, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the Leyendas, who will come to the plate in the top of the first.
Yes, so for the Leyendas, leading off is left fielder number 2, Luke Becker. Now down to the 2-hole, center fielder number 3, Duran Elmore. Batting third and DHing tonight is number 4, Cole Cottom. In the cleanup spots, we've got third baseman number 8, Luke Heyer. Batting fifth and playing right field is number 31, Sam Little. Batting sixth at first base is number 35, Webb Little. Batting seventh, second baseman number 1, Orveo Saint. Batting eighth and behind the plate tonight, as he was last night, catcher Mike Million. And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, we've got shortstop number 26, Colin Ludy.
For the Freedom defensively behind their right-handed starter Kevin Hahn, in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Johnny Knight in left, Brian Danzero, Mr. Utility in center, and the local product who had the big night at the plate last night, A.J. Bumpus back in the lineup. He'll play right field. Double play duo up the middle, Tyler Fitzgerald, who we mentioned previously, is at shortstop. And the man with the best batting average in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, Craig Massey, still hitting over 500. Can't even say it without laughing. 12 games into the season, Massey back in his comfy confines at second base. On the edges for the Freedom on the infield, Chad Setio, the man with 6 home runs, playing the hot corner, and Cesar Trejo, who got an opportunity to get back in the lineup after about a week due to a triceps injury, slowed him a bit. He came back yesterday. You never would have known he was gone. 3 singles, 3 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. Good to have Cesar Trejo back in the lineup, and he'll be playing first base for Dennis Pelfrey's Freedom here in the middle game. Battery mates with the right-hander Kevin Hahn today. Lucas Owens behind the dish. They are playing the run-out video at UC Health Stadium here, so we'll utilize this chance to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the national anthem and first pitch to follow between the Freedom and the Leyendas right here on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
It is almost that time. Freedom and Leyendas in Game 2 of a weekend series at UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brody alongside Aaron Lucan with you for the broadcast of today's middle game. The Freedom looking for a series victory. It would be their second straight if they can do it. They'll lean on their right-hander Kevin Hahn, who's a Bay Area product and a big-time Golden State Warriors basketball fan. He wears number 30, and I got a bump that's because Steph Curry wears number 30. Got the chance to get to know Kevin a little bit during spring training, the abbreviated spring training that it was. We talked a lot of NBA hoops, but this guy, baseball is his sport. He's fantastic. The right-hander pitched in the Northwoods League last season and put together just a whale of a campaign, an ERA that you needed a microscope to see, .45, earning him the opportunity to take his talents to the pro level. He was signed up to play for Brian White's inaugural Y'alls team here in 2020, but COVID-19 reared its ugly head. Everybody shuffled, and the decks got shuffled. And now we've come together with this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and Kevin Hahn still wanted to showcase what he can do in a tremendous opportunity. So the right-hander will go to work facing the Leyendas with the series hanging in the balance for the Freedom. If he's able to have success today, he just might carve out a role as a starter moving forward. He's a guy that can do both, start, relieve, do it all. But today will be his second start of 2020. Luke Becker, Duran Elmore, and Cole Cottom, the due-up trio of Leyendas hitters. And this top third of the order, Aaron, I'll tell you this much, they can swing it a little bit.
Yes, they can, Brody. It'll be interesting to see how Hahn does. Obviously, getting the fast start is important here against a Leyendas lineup that has shown quite a bit of volatility. if they can get it swinging early, it might be an interesting challenge for the righty tonight.
One of the very best hitters in all of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail is Luke Heyer. If one man reaches in this frame, he will come to the plate. He's their cleanup hitter and Battle of the Bourbon Trail leader with 7 homers. Luke Becker in the box to lead things off. Hahn Hardy has his pitch. First pitch swing and a line drive into right field, but A.J. Bumpus is there. A couple of steps in, he makes the catch, and it's 1 away. We are underway at 6:36 p.m.
Yes, Brody, an interesting contrast to last night where we got started about 5 minutes early, leading to about a 30-second pregame show for you, probably the shortest recorded in history.
Thank you for reminding me of that. Duran Elmore in the box. 1 out, nobody on. Hahn deals. Look good, but a little bit low. Let's meet today's umpire crew. It's a new name. How about that? Nick Saxton calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Dave Blanchett, his partner on the bases. That, not a new name. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Elmore. He swings. It's a chopper that's got eyes, and it's through into left field for a base hit. So the newcomer, Elmore, showing what he can do in his first series here in Florence. Single brings up Cole Cottom, the DH, and Boston Red Sox product.
Good for him.
Hahn and Owens come to a consensus. The righty deals the first pitch. It's the breaking ball in the turf.
His changeup's nice.
It's 1-0.
It really is. The arm action, the spin. Looks like that four seam. Got a little cut to it. Yeah.
Righty sets at the belt with a couple of bounces. Now offers home the 1-0 pitch. Cottom goes the other way, but fouls it off.
And there now our first iconic, if it breaks or cracks, call Jacks of the night.
Nobody will know all the drops in the ballpark better than you, so I'm looking forward to you bringing that to the broadcast tonight, because our listening audience might not pick up on all those all the time.
Our first of 8.
But who's counting?
Well, I guess I am, apparently.
1-1 on the way to Cottom. Good bender, but it's south of the zone for ball 2. That third voice you hear, of course, the famous Dennis Pelfrey, who signed on to be the manager of the Advanced Day affiliate in the San Francisco Giants organization this offseason, but saw minor league baseball canceled, turned it into a 6th season, leading the bench for the Freedom. Runner takes off on the 2-1. It was elevated and up. Throw to second base is not going to be in time. Duran Elmore has a stolen base, and the Leyendas a little something cooking. They got a runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs, and a good hitter's count, 3-1 on their masher, Cole Cottom.
And no other way to say it, Brody, just a great jump for Elmore there to be able to advance to second base and put a Leyenda in scoring position here in the first.
So fast through in the big crow hop, and I like Tenny a little bit at times.
See if Hahn can pitch around some first inning trouble.
Good for you, Elmore.
Staring at Elmore at second as he starts the motion home. 3-1 pitch lifted in the air to right field. Should be a can of corn for A.J. Bumpus. There is good carry in right. This ball will go all the way to the warning track, where Bumpus hauls it in for out number 2. Relays to second base. Tagging from second to third is Elmore. And with 2 outs, the Leyendas have the game's first run 90 feet away for that man, Luke Heyer.
Let's do it right here.
So a big matchup early in the game here. Kevin Hahn facing the red-hot Luke Heyer, who, as we told you earlier this half inning, is the Battle of the Bourbon Trail leader in home runs and homered twice just last night. Has 7 total on the season.
It don't matter how hard it is.
First pitch on the way, swinging away and fouling it off. A chopper into his own dugout. It's 0-1.
Even better. He's trying to juice it already, so if you get it in there, like all he's gonna do is hit a foul. The way that swing is.
Hahn has his pitch. Owens will shade inside on the righty Heyer. 0-1 on the way. Swung on and crushed.
Oh boy.
Deep left field, and no doubt about that one. Luke Heyer just can't stay in the ballpark. His 3rd home run in 2 days. And the Leyendas will enjoy an early 2-0 lead.
From the crack of the bat, Brody, that went about 3/4 up the light pole in left field, just above the Jets Pizza sign out there. You had no doubt from the moment that thing left the bat that it was going a long way and it was going to be gone.
So 8 home runs on the season for Heyer, who is absolutely feasting on Florence pitching that otherwise has been just fantastic the last couple of weeks.
And that brings up Sam Little, the right fielder, to the plate to face Hahn.
First pitch to him. And called strike on the outer half. Good answer from Hahn, pounding the strike zone in the first pitch after the long ball.
The little we've seen from him, he just seems to be unfazed, Brody. Any little bit of adversity, he's on to the next pitch.
The 0-1 swinging number to third base. Setio waits for the slow roller. Fields fires to first. And that'll do it for the Leyendas in the first. But Luke Heyer muscles up again. A no doubt about it blast. Puts the Leyendas up by 2. It's 2-0, bottom 1 next at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
On to the bottom of the first. Let's take a quick run through the Florence Freedom batting order here in their middle game with the Leyendas.
All right, so again, Brody, we've got leading off the second baseman, number 23, Craig Massey. And if you take a look at his numbers, absolutely insane, video game-like almost. A .510 batting average, OPS of 1479. You heard that right, 1479. This man has been on fire, especially these last couple of games here at UC Health Stadium.
Zach Hurley, the starter for the Leyendas, he sets at the belt and will misfire a first pitch fastball to the leadoff man. And it's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, a lot of movement on the slider, and it crosses on the outer third for a called strike. It's a good pitch from Hurley.
Absolutely it was, Aaron. Evens him up. Now we see what Massey is willing to do on the 1-1 count.
Million will set up in. 1-1 was in, and Massey was all over it. Fouled it straight back off the screen. Had the timing, and looked to straighten it out in a 1-2 count. Leyendas leading the Freedom 2-0 on the strength of Luke Heyer's big fly. A 2-run shot. 1-2 in the turf and through the wickets of Million to the backstop. Nobody on, no harm, no foul. But the count is 2-2. So the man with the video game numbers, as my partner eloquently put it, it's ridiculous the season he's putting together. 2-2 pitch. Goes with the outside fastball and hits a chopper to third. Heyer showcasing the big gun just in the nick of time at first base. 5-3 to retire Massey for out number 1.
Brings to the plate now shortstop Tyler Fitzgerald, the San Jose Giant that would have been that we discussed in the open.
Hurley deals the first offering. Fitzgerald goes after it, hits a high fly ball into right center field with good carry. Back at the track at the wall and gone. Tyler Fitzgerald, the Oppo Taco. And just like that, it's a one-run game. Freedom with their first run, 2-1.
Yes, the Freedom cut the Leyendas lead in half with that big fly off the bat of Tyler Fitzgerald. And I'll be honest with you, Aaron, the wind's not really carrying out there to right field. The flag is not moving. You did not expect that. I did not expect that one to just keep carrying right out beyond the white claw sign, but it did, and it is now a 2-1 ball game.
Chicks dig the long ball, and they're loving the start of this one. Chad Cedillo in the box. And he'll jump ahead 1-0 as a fastball from Hurley missed down and away.
I feel like we've said it so many times already, Aaron, but Cedillo, just another one of those Freedom batters that is just tearing it up.
Fastball will just miss on pitch number 2. Yeah, it's something else to go through the Freedom statistics offensively. We'll pull them up and go through them for you after this pitch. From Hurley, the 2-0 swung on, grounded to second. Orvio Saint in front, bobbles, and he'll have no play. Ball rolls behind him a few feet. Cedillo threw the bag at first, and that'll be an E4. But here you go. Coming into the game tonight, Craig Massey's batting average, .510. Cesar Trejo at .345. Cedillo at .340. A.J. Bumpus, .386. Johnny Knight, .419. Brian Danzero, despite the 0 for 7 in his last 2 games, still at .440. Just relentless. Logan Wyatt in the box. And Hurley's going to check on Cedillo. Not the A move. Nothing on there, but knowing the Freedom like to be aggressive on the base paths is probably a smart move to look over. First pitch on the way to Wyatt. A strike on the outside black. Wyatt making his debut last night, pinch hitting an Austin Riggenspot in the 6th. Would go on to go 0 for 2 in his first night wearing the Freedom colors. The 0-1, same spot, same call, and it's 0-2 quickly on Wyatt, who you can tell just by the body language did not think that was a strike. Hurley readies in his 0-2 pitch, tailing fastball just off the plate. Great take in an 0-2 count for Logan Wyatt.
Yes, it was, Aaron. A great show of discipline by number 43, Wyatt. Gives Hurley a lot of options, the 1-2.
Big swing and a miss. The breaking ball did the trick. Wyatt down on strikes for out number 2. And that'll bring up Cesar Trejo, the man who had 3 singles and 3 RBIs in his first game back off an early stint on the disabled list. Triceps injury had him out of the lineup for about a week, but he clearly looked to put that to bed and did so last night with great success.
Absolutely. Trejo did not skip a beat. As you alluded to, the 3 singles, 3 RBIs. He also added to that 3 steals. So Trejo, absolutely a weapon on the base paths, can get after it there too.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball, no doubt, splits the plate, and it'll be 0-1. Trejo with 10 hits and 29 at-bats to start the season. The 0-1. Just missed, fouled it straight back. You could hear Dennis Pelfrey say, ooh. He knows that Trejo was right on that one.
I was just going to say the same thing. I think he thought what we all did. Had he been able to get a hold of that one, who knows where it would have landed.
We have not seen Trejo go deep yet. But just means he's due. The 0-2. Hit hard the other way and through into right field, a base hit. Looks like Cedillo is going to coast into second, station to station. And with 2 outs, the Freedom have the go-ahead run on base.
That ball just passed first baseman Webb Little. And it brings up now last night's star of the show, A.J. Bumpus. Went 3 for 3 with a towering 3-run shot out to left center field in the 6th inning of last night's ball game. One of the events that really broke that game open for the good guys, the Freedom.
In the late stages, that home run in the 8th. First pitch to Bumpus. A fastball and a called strike. Not only was he 3 for 3 with that 3-run shot and 2 singles, but he also walked in his other 2 at-bats. So Bumpus was on base all 5 times last night and has his batting average up to .386 on the season. The 0-1 from Hurley above the belt. And that'll even the count at 1-1.
It's good to see him get going, Brody. Remind me, if I remember correctly, he seemed to get off to a little bit of a slow start as we got started with this Battle of the Bourbon Trail campaign. Seems to have corrected that quite nicely.
A swing and a foul ball out of play on the third base side. Hurley has his pitch. The 1-2 to Bumpus. Rung him up, no argument from the batter. He'll just spin and walk back to the dugout. Hurley went to the fastball on a 1-2 count. Fooled the power hitter Bumpus. So we go to the second. 2-1 Leyendas in the early stages. You are listening to Florence Freedom Baseball on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Some early action. Leyendas in front of the Freedom 2-1 after 1. And on to inning number 2, Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan with you from UC Health Stadium. Kevin Hahn back on the bump. He'll face Webb Little first in the visitor side of the second. First pitch off speed. The changeup crosses at the knees. I think that's the first time we saw the straight change from Hahn in this outing. And
Yes,
that was a very good pitch.
Yes, I believe you're right, Aaron. Really, changed it up on him there. You could tell he was not expecting that one, Webb Little.
0-1, swung on, lifted in the air into left field. It's shallow, but Johnny Knight sprinting in will make the catch. One away.
Yes, Hahn makes quick work of the one-time Westside Woolly Mammoth and Webb Little, product of Ithaca College, brings to the plate now second baseman number 1, Orveo Saint.
Saint once upon a time was a table setter in this Leyendas lineup. I believe he hit in the 2-hole first series, or first game, I should say, the Leyendas played here at UC Health Stadium a couple Saturdays back. But now the 7-hole man, and the first pitch skips to the backstop.
Yes, Aaron, I do believe you are correct. He was that table setter in the 2-hole. We went down as a staff to the Whitaker Bank Ballpark, home of the Legends and Leyendas, and I believe that's where he was in that game too.
The 1-0, a strike on location. It's 1-1. Saint's going to see a lot of off speed, picking that back foot up every time he swings. Before he swings, interesting little hitch. The 1-1, it's down and away. Hahn is using the off speed, but he has not located on 2 of the 3 pitches he's offered and falls behind. 2 balls and a strike. Little Saint and Million was the due-up trio of hitters. Ludi would be the first man up if one man reaches. Fastball is too far in for ball 3. And Saint can sit dead red in a 3-1 count.
Now the second time for Hahn that he has gone 3-1 on a batter early on in this outing.
3-1 pitch, he had the green light. It's a 1 bouncer to first. No problem for Cesar Trejo. He fields the big bounce, wins the foot race. And that is something that I would imagine Zach Getze might get in his ear about in the dugout. If it's a 3-1 count and you swing away, that's fine, but you probably shouldn't hit a 1 hopper to first on a weakly hit ground ball.
Brings to the plate now catcher Mike Million in that spot for the second consecutive evening.
Hahn's first pitch, a chopper to short. Circling it as Fitzgerald throws on the run, throws wide. Trejo tries to jump and place the tag, but he is told he did not make the tag.
And you see there, Aaron, Trejo tapping his head with the glove like, hey, Blue, I got him on the head here. Well, apparently, base umpire Dave Blanchett saw it differently, and now we will have another batter. Shortstop Colin Ludi to the plate now.
So that will go down as an E6 on Fitzgerald. Strong throw, no doubt, gets the out. But the umpires are going to converge and chat. Dave Blanchett willing to see if Nick Saxton saw a tag that Blanchett didn't, but no go.
The call is safe. The inning continues.
Call stands. So Colin Ludi will get the shot to swing the stick. First pitch fastball and a called strike. Mike Million deking the steal to second with a couple of hard jab steps. Fooled one fan who yelled out runner, but decided not to pull the trigger.
Million with a decent lead over at first.
Hahn wants to check on him, but it wasn't squeezed by Trejo, so Million will be back in there. May have been a close play if that one was squeezed. But if you're Kevin Hahn here with 2 outs, you're focused on the batter. He's ahead 0-1. Pitch on the way. Down and away. A ball and a strike.
I will say here, even if Million is playing with Hahn here a little bit, still odd to see a catcher deke the pitcher here. Not typically a position, of course, that you see making too many steals, or steal attempts, I should say.
No, you sure don't. 1-1 pitch. That looked good. Don't know where it missed, but it's ruled ball 2.
As they would say in the big leagues, Aaron, I believe that one missed by an eyelash.
Hahn readies, and the 2-1. That looked great, and this time he will get the call. The changeup was on the outer third. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A very nice changeup there from Hahn to even the count. Changes the complexion of this bat considerably for shortstop Colin Ludi.
Quick spin move to first. Maybe the A move, but Million back in with a head first slide. Deuces all over the board. We're in the top of the second. Leyendas in front of the Freedom, 2-1. But down to their last out. And Colin Luty. Hahn takes a big deep breath. Hikes the leg and offers home. The 2-2 breaking ball skips by Owens. He can't find it. Now he will track it. Ball's rolling up the third base line. That allows Mike Millian to move up 90 feet.
Of course, he was off on the first sign of movement with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs there. Would have taken second base easily, I think.
Broken bat to Hopper to short. Fitzgerald has it on to first in time. So Kevin Hahn will stand up, make the error by Fitzgerald a moot point as we go to the home side of the second. Still 2-1 Lexington on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Back now to UC Health Stadium for the home half of the second inning. Leading off the home half for the Freedom is left fielder tonight, Johnny Knight, the 4th. Another one of those Freedom batters who has absolutely torn it up. I will turn it over now to my partner, Aaron Brody, for the play-by-play.
Aaron Lucan, everybody. Welcome back to UC Health Stadium. 2-1, Leyendas in front. Johnny Knight stepping in to stare down Zach Hurley. First pitch of the bottom of the second is a breaking ball that's wide of the mark for ball 1. Knight, one of those guys in the Freedom batting order that we listed earlier with a batting average starting with a 4. Here 12 games into the season. The 1-0. Hit hard, but at second, Orbio Saint to his right, gloves, and his toss to first in time. Johnny Knight struck it well, but nothing to show for it. He's the first out, and it'll bring up Lucas Owens. First pitch on the way to Owens. He tries to push a bunt down the third base side, but it's foul.
That bunt made it into the Leyendas dugout on a fly. I don't know if I've ever seen one travel that far like that. Owens, another one of those Freedom players that is swinging the stick above the 300 mark, hitting an even .320 on the season so far.
Here's his 0-1. Hurley did not miss by much, hit the mitt, but it's called ball 1 to the Freedom catcher. Owens and Marshall Rich in the platoon behind the plate, alternating essentially every game who gets the start. He's out of Asheville, North Carolina. The 1-1, a bender that's outside for ball 2. This will probably come to no surprise for you, Lucan, but first thing I had to ask Lucas Owens about was if he knows Eric Church, being from Asheville.
I am not shocked in the least.
Hurley gets a strike call on a borderline pitch. Looked to be below the knees. But it goes down as strike 2, and his count 2-2.
Quite honestly, Aaron, referring to Owens being from Asheville, as that pitch is down and away for ball 3. Prepare for a payoff pitch now from Zach Hurley. But I'm honestly, I would have been disappointed had that not been the first question from you, knowing how much you love some Eric Church.
I know, I'm a one-trick pony. 3-2, bender, and ball 4. Good take by Owens. And he'll reach with the base on balls to bring up Brian Danzero.
Danzero, Brody, you mentioned it in the open. In a bit of a slump right now, 0 for 7 in his last 7 plate appearances, but this Pecos League product got off to a hot start. I would venture to say he was probably one of the biggest surprises for the Freedom and Y'alls in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail season thus far.
You must have watched episode 2 of the Game Report. First pitch, look out.
I may or may not have done that, yes.
It's too far in for ball 1. Because that is exactly what Dennis Pelfrey said about Brian Danzero. One of the biggest surprises, but
who knows, he might have said it on the field mic too.
Here's a line drive. Danzero's off the schneid. Well struck single to center. We'll move Owens to second and set the Freedom up with runners at first and second. And just one out in the bottom of the second. Freedom trailing by 1, 2-1 to the Leyendas.
Brings back to the plate now second baseman Craig Massey. You got to think, Aaron, this is the type of situation that if you're a batter, you absolutely love. Especially a guy like Massey, who has been so hot to start the season off.
RBI total up to 17 for this leadoff hitter who watches a slider miss outside for ball 1. Yeah, it's always fun to hit when there's guys on base. Beef your numbers a little bit. If you split a gap with Danzero's wheels, might score 2. The 1-0, back to the slider again. This one's in a better spot and called strike 1 to Massey. The Freedom second baseman is 0 for 1 today, grounded out to third his first time up. Swinging away, 2-hopper to second. St. Fields goes to second base for 1, on to first, and Ludy's toss will not be in time there. Massey stays out of the double play. Now standing at third base is Lucas Owens, and the man who went Yahtzee in AB number 1 will come to the plate with runners on the edges and the Freedom down to their last out in the second. First pitch to Fitzgerald. Runner takes off on the backside. Craig Massey steals second easy. No throw from Mike Million. And now runners are at second and third.
You wonder if that was a bit of a play from Pelfrey. If you can catch Million sleeping behind the plate, you probably have a run, and this ball game is tied.
Hurley will miss down and away with a breaking ball to even the sequence. The 1-1 pitch, the breaking ball gets a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 to Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, a product of the University of Louisville. One of the coolest tie-ins of this Battle of the Bourbon Trail season, Aaron, is definitely the fact of how many guys that we see from right here from the Bluegrass State.
Breaking ball was buried and took a wild bounce off the third base side, but Lucas Owens opting to stay right where he's at third. The 2-2 pitch fouled straight back on a good hack from Fitzgerald. The home run for Tyler in the first inning, his first round tripper of the season. Did have a double off the wall on opening day for the Florence Yalls back on July 31st. But this big fly well over the wall. 2-2. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. Fitzgerald over the top of a nasty slider from Zach Hurley, who will limit the damage and strand a pair of runners in scoring position in a goose egg of a second inning. On to inning number 3, 2-1. Leyendas still in front of the Freedom. You're listening to Florence Freedom Baseball on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
The top of the third at UC Hell Stadium. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lukin with you from UC Hell Stadium. The Freedom looking for a series victory in the middle game of their weekend set with the Lexington Las Leyendas, but they trail 2-1 in the early goings tonight. Kevin Hahn back on the bump for his third inning of work. The right-hander allowed a 2-run homer to Luke Heyer to start his outing in the first, but answered strong in inning number 2. Putting up a goose egg. On the other side of the scorebook, the Florence Freedom getting an early run on a big swing of the bat from Tyler Fitzgerald. All 3 runs in this game scoring via the long ball. Fitzgerald a solo shot before the Freedom stranded 2 runners on base in their second at bat in what became a scoreless frame. So Florence already with 4 men left on the base paths in this 2-1 game, but as we've seen time and time again in this series, Lucan, it just takes one whopper of an inning for the Freedom to change everything in a game.
Absolutely. They turn it on a dime. It comes out of nowhere, it seems. Last night, the bats were pretty quiet up until that blowout inning.
In the fifth.
In the fifth, when I think I lost count. How many runs did we put up yesterday in the fifth?
There was 5 runs in the 5th inning.
Okay.
Kevin Hahn starts the leadoff man, Luke Becker, with a well-placed breaking ball for a called strike, and here comes pitch number 2. Off speed again, this time a strike on the inner half. So Hahn doing a good job working the edges early in his sequence with Becker, who he got to line out to right field his first time up.
Hahn working very quickly so far, trying to keep these Leyendas hitters off balance.
Big bolt of lightning, but we didn't see it. Breaking
saw
ball
nothing.
skips to the backstop.
We saw nothing.
I'm sure that got picked up on our field cam. One of those streaks of lightning right out in center field, but we're going to play on.
Kind of strange, really. It's an otherwise beautiful day, except for being a little bit overcast in the right field side of things.
Yeah, that bolt seemed random. The 1-2 to Becker now. Breaking ball, plenty of movement, but down and in. So I'll bet you didn't know Kevin Hahn does not have a colon. That was one of his 5 fun facts on Media Day. He's actually a tremendous story, overcoming His ailment, ulcerative colitis disorder, I believe. Here's a swing and a line drive into right field. Becker has a base hit. Now it's going to take a wicked hop off Bumpus. He bodied it up, and that'll allow an extra 90 feet for Becker. It'll be a single and an error in right. And the Leyendas have another tack-on run, standing at second base in a game they lead by 1.
Yes, the former University of Kentucky product and now property of the San Diego Padres organization, Luke Becker, out at second base. And Brody, you're right. When you brought that up in our game day meeting today, telling us about the matchup, I think everyone on our staff did a collective double take.
That's not a fact that you'll see every day, but a tremendous story to get back on the diamond. And at a pro level, he'll miss inside on a fastball to Duran Elmore.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head.
But we do plan to do a sit-down feature with Kevin at some point this season to talk about everything he's overcome to get to this point. The 1-0 pitch to Elmore popped up into shallow right field. Can of corn for A.J. Bumpus, who's underneath, catches and will show his gun to third base, but he will not be tested. Tyler Fitzgerald cuts it off at short.
Yes, Bumpus a chance to redeem himself, but you hit the nail on the head, Aaron. That's going to be a sit-down that I think all of us are going to really look forward to with Kevin Hahn, as now designated hitter Cole Cottom steps back to the plate. Hahn last season played for the Traverse City Pittsbitters of the Northwoods League, put up a microscopic ERA of 0.45. Yes, you heard that correctly, 0.45, fans. Absolutely insane numbers from the Freedom right-hander.
His first pitch to Cole Cottom, buried in the turf for ball 1. Yeah, that kind of success tends to get noticed.
Yes, I still wonder how it is, and certainly we're very lucky, so I'm not going to question it, but how do Pelf and y'all's field manager now, former pitching coach, Brian White, continue to find this talent? It's really been pretty incredible the last 5 or so years that Pelf has been here, now in his 6th season, and now continuing it on with B. White, his pitching coach. The run of players that have come through Florence one way or another, whether it's Frontier League like we're used to, or this, the Battle of the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, it really has been something to behold, and a big reason why Dennis Pelfrey, before COVID-19, was no longer in Florence, but getting the chance all professional leagues outside of the affiliation. Whether it's the Atlantic League, the American Association, Frontier, any of them. But if you put in the work and have the success, you will get your opportunity.
You're absolutely right.
And Dennis Pelfrey, a great example of that, as are the 16 guys he sent to affiliated baseball as players over his 5-year run, breaking balls outside to Cole Cottom.
Not even that, Aaron. Pelf now becomes the 2nd consecutive Freedom field manager to end up in affiliated ball, joining his predecessor, Fran Reardon, who is now a member of the Oakland Athletics organization at their AAA level. Last year was the AAA Manager of the Year for the...
yeah.
I'm blanking on the name of the team, but he was
in
the
Las
AAA.
Vegas.
Yes, the Las Vegas Aviators?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we
Cottom
go.
Got underneath the pitch, popped it up on the first base side, stayed on the field of play for Cesar Trejo, who makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Luke Heyer, who just unloads homer after homer, it seems, facing Freedom Arms. 2 big flies last night and 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer in this one today. Total now up to 8 on the season. A Battle of the Bourbon Trail leading number, and you got to be careful with him here with a man in scoring position. You've got 2 outs. First base is open. Do you think Kevin Hahn even considers the old unintentional intentional walk here? Maybe. First pitch was down and away.
The first pitch leads to it. I guess we'll see what happens here in pitch number 2. How comfortable he is going after Heyer here in that Leyendas cleanup spot.
Owen sets up out. The 1-0 on the way. Rocket shot up the gut into center. This should score the run. Getting waved is Luke Becker. The throw to the plate's way up the first base line. And Heyer continues to dominate. Now an RBI single. He has plated all 3 runs for the Leyendas in this one. And they lead the Freedom by 2, 3-1.
got to love the gamesmanship on the part of the Freedom press box, introducing Little to Smelly Cat. Interesting song choice there.
Sure, we have some Friends fans in our listening audience, viewing audience. Runner takes off on the first pitch. Higher trying to steal second, and he will do so successfully. Owens' throw a tad late.
The Leyendas batter, Sam Little, a product of Ithaca College, found his home last year in the United Shore League, a unique independent league in the world of independent baseball, in that they have 4 teams, all 4 play in one ballpark. They share the same home turf. Played for the West Side Woolly Mammoths there.
That's actually where the Freedom got Johnny Knight from as well, the USPBL. And a few other players that have made their way to the Florence Freedom in the past couple of years. Dan Williams comes to mind. The starting pitcher last year was a Woolly Mammoth as well. 0-2 count on Sam Little. Here's Hahn's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off to stay alive. Little flare falls on the third base pavilion. Hahn still way ahead. Working on the first base side of the rubber. Staring at Higher as he comes to the set. Now his 0-2 pitch home. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Little retired. And that is Kevin Hahn's first strikeout of the game. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-1, Leyendas in front as Luke Higher plates another run.
Here, Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on. The Lexington lost. Leyendas plating an unearned run in the top of the third, so they lead the Florence Freedom 3-1. Still in the early stages, we go to the bottom of inning number 3. Aaron Brody alongside Aaron Lucan, as Chad Cedillo steps in to face the right-hander Zach Hurley, on for his third inning and start number 3 on the season for the man out of the University of Cumberland.
Yes, Cedillo leads off. Certainly a welcome test on the Freedom side of things for Zach Hurley to start off this bottom of the third inning, as that first pitch is a strike.
On the slider. Now the 0-1 on the way. Down and in. Cedillo reaching on an error his first time up. It was on Orveo Saint at second. Ultimately, Cedillo was left stranded at second base in the inning. The 1-1, that's out. 2 balls and a strike. And you can tell that both the Legends and Leyendas know Chad Sedio's name. He doesn't seem to get too many mistake pitches these days and has to see a lot wide of the mark like this one. Nowhere close to the zone as they're afraid to make a mistake to the guy with 6 homers and a well over 300 batting average. His count's 3-1 here.
Yes, Cedio, another one of those guys, probably one of the most decorated in terms of affiliated baseball experience on this Freedom roster.
Here's a swing and a line shot towards right center field, so you do come in the zone, and that's what happens. Big aggressive round at first base, but Cedio content with a single and a good start for the Freedom in their side of the third. The leader is aboard for Logan Wyatt.
Just to finish that thought, Aaron, Cedio, one of those players who has a ton to prove, has somewhere he wants to be. Like so many players in the independent ranks, he has a dream of making it to the show, and of course he came so close last season, and he actually has a couple seasons in a row making it up to AAA in the Detroit Tigers organization. Certainly down here with something to prove now, trying to find his way back.
First pitch was fouled off by Logan Wyatt. He'll fall behind 0-1. Wyatt 0 for 1 in his first start with the Freedom. A strikeout victim back in inning number 1. Big left-handed hitter is Wyatt. The 0-1 downstairs for ball 1. The red-hot Cesar Trejo waiting on deck for the Freedom. He would love an opportunity to come to the plate with a couple of guys on. 3 RBIs last night on 3 singles, and already 1 for 1 with a single today. Hurley's going to step off. Cedio a couple of steps back towards first, but since the pitcher never threw over, he did not go all the way back to the bag. Back into a pretty aggressive lead at first as the 1-1 crosses home plate, but it's too far outside. 2 balls and a strike to Wyatt. Wind starting to pick up, as you can hear on our crowd mic. Hurley will pick to first again and lob the baseball over. Cedio back in plenty of time. The 2-1 pitch hits the mitt and is called strike 2. Plenty of blue skies off in the distance over UC Health Stadium, but you would think severe weather was blowing in with the sound of the winds whipping through the ballpark. A 2-2 pitch from Hurley. The runner takes off. Wyatt swings through the pitch. Cedio safe at second with a feet-first slide. Bang-bang play at the bag. But Wyatt down on strikes. And Cedio now stands at second for Cesar Trejo.
Yes, the Freedom will certainly take it now. The runner in scoring position in the form of Cedio, but you may have heard it in the press box. That was a bang-bang play.
We'll see if Trejo can stay hot, pull the Freedom within 1 here in the third. It's a 3-1 game. Lexington in front, trying to even the series ahead of tomorrow's finale at 3:05. First pitch on the way to Trejo, a swinging 1 hopper to second. Saint goes back, fields the big hop, on to first in time. Cedio will move up 90 feet to third. And the pressure falls on A.J. Bumpus to find a little outfield turf. The Freedom are going to count up a run.
That wind continues to pick up, Aaron, and I got to say, if nothing else, this is definitely the most comfortable I've ever felt in this press box. It certainly is warm up here most of the time.
Lord looking out for me. I wore long sleeves today to much ridicule, but now a smart move on my part. First pitch to Bumpus, off speed that crosses for a called strike 1. AJ 0 for 1 with the backwards K. The big night last night, taking home our player of the game honors. Deservedly so. The 0-1 pitch. Little nubber back towards the bump. Fielded by Hurley. His throw to first base. Very close play, but just in time. And Hurley will put another 0 on the board. We go to the 4th. It's Lexington 3, Florence 1 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Your score, Leyendas in front of the Freedom, top 4th. In the box to face Kevin Hahn, Webb Little to start the frame. And swinging away at a first pitch breaking ball, but coming up empty is the batter who will fall behind 0-1. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lukin with you from UC Health Stadium. Lexington getting off to the fast start in the middle game. Righties 0-1 in the turf. A ball and a strike to Webb Little. All 3 runs scoring on Luke Heyer hits, a 2-run shot in the first and an RBI single in the third. For the Freedom, 1 run on 1 mighty swing of the bat from Tyler Fitzgerald, his first home run of the year. Made it a 1-run game before the Leyendas tacked on 1 more in the third. 1-1 pitch on the way. Webb Little offers and sends a foul ball out of play on the third base side. Hahn now advantaged 1-2. One-two pitch. Back to the breaker. Looked like the split finger and it was down and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hahn's pitch to contact in this one. Does have 1 strikeout, and it came to end the third. Struck out Sam Little, now hopes to do the same with Webb Little. 2-2, popped up, first base side. Now the wind will push it back and out of play behind home plate. We'll do the 2-2 again.
Looks like we have a happy fan down there, was able to locate that foul ball. And now we're back for another payoff pitch to Little.
Hahn sets at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Took a little off, gets the swing and a miss. It's back-to-back strikeouts spanning a couple of different innings for the right-hander. 1 away in the top of the 4th.
A beautiful pitch from Hahn. Originally Hahn from San Mateo, California, played his college ball at California State University. He's a communications major there. Now in his first pro season with the Florence Freedom and Florence Yalls.
He stares in at Orveo Saint. And he'll bury a first pitch for ball 1. I believe it was Cal State Stanislaus, was it not, for this guy, Hahn?
Yes, it was. I just wanted to have you say it because I didn't want to butcher it.
You knew what you were doing the whole time. 1-0. Good pitch, swung on and missed. Hahn has the off-speed working. Just struck out Webb Little with the same pitch. He just got a whiff from by Saint.
Those same off-speed pitches that he was having a bit of trouble locating early on in this one, in the first 2 frames.
Not anymore. 1-1 fastball, and it squeezes the outside black. And I tell you what, going from the off-speed pitch to that fastball makes the heat look like it's 94.
Such a weapon there from Hahn, and you can only wonder what Freedom pitching coordinator Chad Rhodes had to say to him in the between inning breaks. We are so lucky to have him back, and he rings him up. Consecutive strikeouts now for Hahn in the 4th inning.
Has the total up to 3. It was the breaking pitch again, and Saint was fooled. Left the bat on his shoulder.
Absolutely froze him. Beautiful pitch there from Kevin Hahn.
In steps Mike Millian. First pitch, down and away for ball 1. Millian 0 for 1, but reached. It was an E6, the 1-0. Same pitch, same spot, same call. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Nick Saxton calling the balls and strikes behind the plate. Dave Blanchett, his partner on the bases, for those who tuned in after the first inning tonight. First time we've seen this home plate umpire, Saxton. 2-0. A called strike on the inner half. Fastball was there.
Millian after 2 consecutive balls to start that at bat. Looked to be taking all the way there.
Time will be called in the box. As Millian steps out, tightens the batting gloves and adjusts the helmet before getting back in. His count's 2-1. There are 2 outs. We are in the top of the 4th, and it's Lexington by 2, 3-1. Owen sets up out, 2-1. Very close pitch, but called ball 3. Hahn hit his spot, but no love from Saxton behind the plate.
You wonder if he's rewarding a patient hitter there as we prepare for the 3-1 now from Kevin Hahn.
Here it comes. Fastballs hit high in the air to left field. Johnny Knight in a sprint back towards the warning track. Park should hold it, and Knight is there. Millian gave it a good ride, but he's out number 3, and we will go to the home side of the 4th with the Freedom trailing by 2, 3-1 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
It'll be Knight, Owens, and Danzero due up for the Florence Freedom. Bottom four, Lexington in front 3-1. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan. The Aarons coming at you from UC Health Stadium. Middle game of a weekend set between Lexington and Florence. Finale tomorrow will wrap up with a 3:05 first pitch, and the Freedom hope to be looking for a sweep in that series, and their second straight at that. Johnny Knight making his way to the right-handed batter's box to face Zach Hurley, who's done a good job in his third start of the season for the Leyendas. You know all about how deep this offense is. First pitch to Johnny Knight. Couldn't be squeezed behind the plate, and it may have cost Hurley the strike call. It's 1-0 on a fastball that looked to be there.
Yes, Aaron, you're exactly right. All the credit in the world to Zach Hurley here as we enter the bottom of the fourth, as he has been able to quiet these Freedom bats so far.
Here's a swing and a drive into left field, but it's going to be playable for Luke Becker, who's underneath after moving to his right to haul it in. Knight is out number one, bringing up the 8-hole hitter, Lucas Owens.
It will be interesting to see, though, now that we are getting into the second and third time through the lineup for these Freedom batters. That seems to be about the time when they lock in on whoever is on the mound.
Yeah, they're most dangerous in the middle innings, so they're just getting comfortable. Owens shows bunt, lays one down, but it's going to roll foul on the third base side. He showed that on the first pitch in his previous at-bat as well. That was when he lined the bunt into the dugout. Ended up working a walk in that AB, but they're not respecting him at third base, so he tried to lay one down again here. And ultimately, he just hasn't been able to keep it between the white lines yet. It's a great idea. Luke Heyer just a mile off third base and even shaded closer to short than third.
Yes, had that one had a little bit of a better roll, we probably would have seen number one Owens down there at first base.
Now the 0-1, he showed bunt, pulled back. Wise call, it's 1-1. Yeah, Heyer just doesn't really care. No adjustments made defensively despite the fact Owens is squared on back-to-back pitches. And he'll square again, pull back again, and this time it's called strike two. Catcher in a 1-2 count with one out. Owens playing his college ball at UNC Asheville. The 1-2 outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two pitch is grounded to second. A chopper. Saint in front and to first in plenty of time. 4-3 for out number 2. Brian Danzero to the plate to try to extend the inning. Danzero ending that 0-for-7 skid with a well-struck single his first time up. He'll lay off a first pitch breaking ball that was down and away.
Yes, that last at bat first. A well-struck line drive right back up the middle into center field. Did well to get Danzero off the schneid.
The 1-0 pitch is skied into right field. Underneath and making the catch is Sam Little. And the Freedom go down quietly and quickly in the fourth. Quick mover here in Florence, Kentucky. We already enter the fifth, and it's 3-1 Leyendas on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Top 5 at UC Hell Stadium. Leyendas 3, Freedom 1. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan with you. Game 2 of a weekend series between Florence and Lexington. Two cities who are getting quite familiar with one another in this battle of the Bourbon Trail. It's always one Lexington team taking on a Florence team, both in Florence and in Lexington on the same days. But a tremendous idea and a tremendous showcase league at that. First pitch and a swing. Colin Luty sends the fastball back to the backstop and will fall behind 0-1 on the right-hander Kevin Hahn, who has really battled this Leyendas lineup through his first 4 innings. 3 runs allowed, but only 2 of those earned runs.
That he has, Aaron. A very nice performance so far from Hahn.
0-1, tempting breaking ball, check swing. They'll appeal down to Dave Blanchett, who says Luty held up. And it's 1-1.
It's much, for Hahn, the outing much more than the 3 runs that you see on the scoreboard. He has settled into a very nice groove here, as evidenced in this last half inning as he faces Luty, the Leyendas shortstop.
The 1-1. That's in there. Called strike on the black outside, and it's 1-2, Hahn advantaged. 3 strikeouts for him today, and they really have come in the last 2 innings. He struck out 2 in the 4th and 1 to end the 3rd. So he has settled into a good groove, using his mix.
Now he looks to do the same to Colin Luty.
The 1-2's outside, in and out of the glove of Owens and rolling to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And an interesting note on Colin Luty there that I've been wanting to get in ever since I found out about 3 pitches ago. He is actually a former NKU Norse, so shout out to a fellow Norse there. Even though he's a Leyenda, we will, well, props to him.
Enjoy your last inning on the headset, Lucan. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on and missed. Hahn, another K, and the total up to 4 as the Leyendas roll their lineup over.
Hey, you know, Brody, I love my alma mater. I have to get a plug in there anywhere I can for it.
Oh, no, it wasn't that. It was just the love you're showing the enemy.
Well, it was for the school only. It was nothing beyond that, I tell you that. Stepping in now, the left fielder, Luke Becker.
The leadoff man. First pitch to him. A swing and a bouncer to first, but foul for an 0-1 start. Your NKU's really starting to make a name for themselves in the basketball world. They've made the tournament a couple of times in the last couple of years.
Yes, they have.
Starting to build a program there.
I really wish that we would have been able to see what would have happened this past March. Taking down the University of Wisconsin Green Bay in the Horizon League Championship. I think this could have been our year to be a Cinderella.
0-1 to Becker, a great pitch. Off speed with a tremendous touch. And right on the outside, Black. It's 0-2. Yeah, that's one of the absolute worst things about this COVID-19 pandemic, despite what it's done to the game of baseball. Next in line would be the cancellation of March Madness. 0-2, back to the splitty. And it was inside for ball 1. But that is just, and I really realized it this year in seeing it canceled, just how much I really do love that event, how much you look forward to it, what it adds to your life, Thursdays through Sundays.
I had so much extra time on my hands because I wasn't filling out my 60 brackets as Becker is set down on strikes.
Split finger, another strikeout. Hahn really on a roll now.
You could tell it as he walks back to the dugout, and as he took that third strike even, he was very frustrated with himself.
Can he strike out the side? Duran Elmore in the box. Pitch on the way. A wave and a miss. That was the fastball from Hahn.
Swinging right through it there.
Big aggressive cut, too. He was trying to make it a 4-1 game. The 0-1. Pops out of the mitt. Lucas Owens, and it'll be ball 1 to Elmore. The Leyendas center fielder has singled and stolen a base. And also flew out to right on a 1-for-2 day. Hahn coming set with the bounce. And the 1-1. Down and away for ball 2. Hahn does not bother with a windup, always from the stretch. Sets and fires the 2-1. Way out in front was Elmore. Hahn pulled the string, and he's pushed the 2-hole to the brink. Deuce is all over the board. Right-hander readies, and is 2-2. Good pitch, down and away. A full count. Leyendas in front, 3-1 in the top of the 5th. Two outs.
Be interesting to see here what Hahn goes with on this 3-2 count with 2 outs.
Here's the pitch, 3-2, and called strike 3. Went with the off speed, and he was controlling it perfectly in that 5th. He strikes out the side. 6 strikeouts for Hahn, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Freedom needing 2 in a 3-1 game.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car. One of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Back to the top for the Freedom. Massey, Fitzgerald, Cedillo. As we go to the bottom of the fifth, Florence needing 2 in a 3-1 game that Lexington leads. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan with you from UC Health Stadium. As Zach Hurley's back out for more. Fantastic right-hander for the Leyendas has worked quickly and efficiently today, allowing just 1 run through his first 4 frames. But has to face that vaunted order. Again, Massey swinging and fouling off a first pitch fastball to fall behind 0-1.
You're exactly right, though, Aaron. Hurley able to work so quickly and so efficiently through these first 4 frames for him.
It's not an easy task facing this Freedom lineup. The 0-1's a back foot breaking ball for ball 1.
And with the exception of Fitzgerald's homer in the first inning, you can tell very little opportunity for the Freedom batters that come to get comfortable down there in the box.
The 1-1 now is down and away. So Massey ahead 2-1. As he tries to work himself into a fastball favorable count. Hurley deals the 2-1. Looking for an edge, but can't find it. And Massey may have earned that fastball. His count 3-1. Hurley has rolled through the Freedom lineup twice. This marks the start of trip number 3 through that dangerous 1 through 9.
Be interesting to see here what this payoff pitch will be.
3-2 will be the count. A strike. And it was a breaking ball. So Massey, even in a 3-1 count, can't get a fastball from Leyendas pitching. But how about that? Hurley with the confidence and the off speed to throw it 3-1 and locate it for a called strike. Now the payoff on the way. It was a breaking ball again. Massey went with it and guides it right back up the middle into center. That is a pro at bat and a pro base hit for a pro player. Craig Massey, his first hit of the night. And it'll bring up Tyler Fitzgerald with nobody out and a man at first.
Absolutely, just a well-struck ball right back up the box for Craig Massey. As they say, when you can hit a ball like that, you are on it, and he certainly was there, and we'll see now what Tyler Fitzgerald can do.
1 for 2 with his first dinger. Is the man in the box, Fitzgerald. Hurley will take a quick look at Massey, who already does have a stolen base today after he reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Massey dekes the steal as the breaking ball is bounced at the plate for ball 1 to Fitzgerald. Quick meeting of the minds on the mound, and we'll bring you into the broadcast booth here for the first time in a quick moving game in the 5th inning. Aaron Brody here, Aaron Lucan there. Hey, we got a good one on our hands. The Freedom maybe having to swallow some adversity, not something they've seen a lot this season, but here we are midway through the game and they trail by 2.
We do. Just a very competitive ball game, great pitching from both sides. Like we talked about earlier, a great game from Kevin Hahn, the Freedom starter, just even though you couldn't tell it from the 3 runs on the board. A very well-pitched game otherwise, and of course, props to Hurley for being able to, so far, contain this Freedom lineup.
I wouldn't want to do it.
I certainly wouldn't either.
And I was a pitcher. I guess that makes me a coward.
Well, we'll give you credit there. You're good.
Hurley's going to throw to first base, first order of business after the mound visit.
I mean, I can't really say much. I've only thrown 1 pitch off of this mound. It was when I was 12 years old, and it was probably the equivalent of a Mark Mallory pitch. It was the first pitch on my birthday. So I really don't have much to say as Hurley throws over again, keeping Massey honest over there at first base.
Was it really as bad as Mayor Mallory's?
Well, I don't think that the pitch was as much as the reaction afterwards. I was pretty embarrassed. It was a pretty packed house, and I may or may not have fell over on the pitcher's mound. So,
oh, it was just a calamity.
Yes, it kind of just happened all at once, and yeah, I don't really even know why I brought that up.
It's all right. Story time when Hurley's taking his sweet time in between pitches.
I had that on the mind today. We had to, I had to tell that story when we were.
The 1-0 is a strike at the knees.
When we were out to a pregame dinner over at the Olive Garden.
Oh.
To some stadium ops interns.
There you go. That's eating good.
Our coworker Joe so kindly told them about this, and then the cat was out of the bag. I couldn't not say anything after that.
1-1's high and tight for ball 2. Fitzgerald in a 2-1 count. There is nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. Freedom still trailing 3-1, but have the tying run at the plate. And a man who's already homered once today. Hurley will pivot and throw to first. Massey back in plenty of time.
Fitzgerald, as we've alluded to a couple times already, the San Francisco Giants organization product, drafted last year out of the University of Louisville. A phenomenal season there.
Massey will take off on the 2-1. Fitzgerald swings through the pitch, and Million couldn't find the handle. No throw to second. It'll be Massey's second stolen base of the game, and now he stands at second. Foul ball off the bat of Fitzgerald in the 2-2 count. We'll get another one. Big wave and a miss. Hurley threw a fastball by him and gets a big strikeout from the 2-hole hitter. There's now one away, and Chad Stedio will step in. Hurley sets at the belt, 2, looks to second, and a pitch home. That's a strike. Stedio a quiet 1 for 2 today with a single and a stolen base. The 0-1. Hits the mid, but it's outside.
He may be quiet today, Aaron, but Cedio's performance so far in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail has been nothing but, you alluded to it, his home run numbers. Last season in the Tigers organization, he had 5 total. I saw that, and it was pretty shocking.
1-1, good breaking ball. Cedio started to go, but did not. He held up. Yeah, and AAA, I'm sure, is a bit of a different experience than the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. We'll give it its respect that it's due. All those guys are one call away from the show. But he certainly swings with pop. You can hear a difference in his barrel. Here's a foul ball off the screen behind home plate to even the count 2-2. And it does seem like you can always tell the guys that have played affiliated baseball or those guys that are just a little bit different. It just sounds different when they swing the stick in batting practice. Cedio, Trejo, those guys all have very loud barrels.
Mm-hmm.
2-2. Up and out of play. A foul ball.
And like you said, all the respect in the world to AAA pitching. There's a reason they're one step away from the show, but so many guys are capable of locking in on a fastball, so.
It's true. Cedio last with the Toledo Mud Hens, the AAA affiliate in the Tigers organization. Put up good numbers. 2-2 pitch at the shoulders. I believe he hit 275 there. I mean, a 270 batting average. It's not as though he couldn't hang. Had the 5 bombs you talked about. We talked about it a couple nights ago. It just always seems to come down to whether or not that guy in the big league club that plays the same position misses time. Here's a swing and a high fly ball driven into center field, but wrong part of the park. Duran Elmore is underneath. Massey will deke the tag from second and quickly scamper back to the base as the throw is on him. But he's there. And there are 2 outs. Up to the plate, Logan Wyatt trying to get off the schneid, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in this one. And in his Freedom debut last night, a strikeout and 2 at-bats, so he's already fanned 3 times, 4 at-bats, and they don't want any part of him. They're going to walk him with first base open. An intentional walk.
I think in all the games we've seen so far, that's the first intentional walk we've seen.
And to get to Cesar Trejo, that's interesting. Trejo, the man with 4 singles in his last 6 at-bats. 3 RBIs last night, already 1 for 2 with the single today. We'll see if he can make that hurt. You always got to look to take something personal in the game of baseball, and oftentimes batters will when they see the man in front of them get intentionally walked. They obviously feel better about making Trejo the 3rd out of the inning and putting 2 guys on base in the process. Trejo representing the go-ahead run. First pitch, low and away with the breaking ball. It's 1-0.
And you wonder what the thinking in the Leyendas dugout is, what they might think they may be able to do with Trejo here, especially after his strong performance last night. Reaching 3 times.
Hurley's 1-0. Hit hard towards first, over to his left, and digging it up out of the turf is Webb Little. He'll take it to the bag himself. So the move pays off. A little bit of chess in the bottom of the 5th. The Leyendas intentionally walk Wyatt, but coax Trejo into a 3 unassisted. So we go to the 6th. Same score, 3-1 Leyendas on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Kevin Hahn was absolutely fantastic in his 2nd start of the season, but he will step aside after 5 strong innings, and unfortunately for him, he can only lose. Score 3-1 Leyendas as the Florence Freedom make their first call to the bullpen on the night and bring on the right-hander out of Mason, Ohio and Mason High School, Andrew McDonald, who last was pitching professionally in the Cincinnati Reds organization with the Dayton Dragons. It was a 9th-round draft choice just a few years ago. McDonald, a big right-hander with tremendous flow and a dirty mustache. Looks like a throwback baseball player out there. Has the stirrup socks, knee-high. Freedom, of course, wearing their home pearly white uniforms, the Leyendas in their white jerseys, white pants. First man McDonald will face is Cole Cottom. 3-4-5 due up. Nothing like making your appearance and seeing these 3 batters first.
Yes, what a welcome to the ball game, although I'm sure he feels a little less intimidated as Cottom was introduced to Elmo's song.
First pitch from McDonald. A heavy fastball that missed outside for ball one. The 1-0 now. Misses in. Had to throw in he was from Mason High School because that, of course, was my high school. So you've got your NKU plug out there. I got my Mason plug.
Absolutely. I'd be disappointed if you hadn't.
2-0 now to Cottom. Big swing and a miss. McDonald threw the heat by him.
That pitch there on the outside half, a nice change of pace to get that first strike on Cottom.
Righty sets at the chest and is 2-1. Line sharply foul down the first base line.
Into the net, and well, he came close, but one of my season ticket holders, Tristan Cornett, did not come up with that baseball. Strong effort, though. We'll applaud that.
For sure.
Now with the 2-2 count, it's a whole new at-bat for Cottom.
2-2 on the way. Good breaking ball. Swung on and missed. McDonald sits Cottom down. And in his Freedom debut, gets a strikeout to start his career.
Can't get much of a better welcome than that. And now it brings to the plate Luke Heyer. He sets the first pitch. Swing and a miss. On the outside half of the plate.
Andrew McDonald. The 0-1 swung on and foul tipped. So McDonald quickly ahead of Heyer 0-2. Heyer's been sharp today, a homer and a single, 3 RBIs. He's the man responsible for all 3 Leyendas runs, and a total that is good enough for a 2-run lead as we sit here in the top of the 6th inning.
Props to Andrew McDonald for going right after these first 2 hitters he's faced. The 3 and 4 is the pitch is inside, ball 1.
Not a bad idea to waste one there.
Of course, bring it in on the hand, see if you can get him to bite.
Will miss inside on pitch number 4, even in the sequence. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
McDonald looks in, he sets. And the 2-2 is swung on and missed. The first 2 batters he's faced are strikeouts, both swinging.
How about that? Andrew McDonald picking up right where he left off with the Dayton Dragons. Pumping the strikes and getting the Ks. And with that, it has now been 5 straight batters struck out by Florence pitching, with Hahn striking out the side in his final inning of work. Fastball on the first pitch to Sam Little is above the belt for ball 1. Once upon a time, we did have Dennis Pelfrey mic'd up. I'm beginning to think the batteries died in the microphone, because we have not had him since the first inning. The 1-0. Good pitch. Got it in on the hands, but holding up was Little, who will jump ahead 2-0. Heavy fastball gets a strike. It'll be 2-1. McDonald's 6'3", about 200 pounds. His 2-1 pitch. Very close, but must have been low. 3-1. Little 0 for 2 with the ground out and a strikeout today. Can look for his pitch in a 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. And that's in there.
The count goes full, 3-2, 2 outs. Be interesting to see what Andrew McDonald here does here with this next pitch.
The payoff from the Virginia Tech alum on the way. And it's just below the knees for ball 4.
Brings to the plate now first baseman Webb Little.
Lucas Owens, a quick trip to calm down the right-handed starter, or the right-handed reliever, I should say, Andrew McDonald. Runner at first base, there are 2 outs, top 6, and the Freedom trailing the Leyendas by 2 in the middle game of their weekend series. Reminder to set your alarms, do what's necessary. Tomorrow's series finale, a day game, 3:05. That, of course, Eastern time. First pitch on the way to Webb Little. Fastball with good velo, but too far outside for ball 1.
I'm glad for that little reminder there, Aaron. I don't know about you, but after so many Sunday games at 6:05, it's still a little bit hard for me to get used to as that next pitch is fouled back to the screen, but above the Leyendas dugout.
Yeah, it is. But I do kind of enjoy it. Allows us the opportunity to have some semblance of an evening on Sunday.
Absolutely. And it doesn't get much better than matinee baseball.
For sure. 1-1. Hit hard but foul down the third base side. Well played off the wall by the ball boy down there, who knows the field, knows the carom. And he's having to tell a youngster, unfortunately, our COVID-19 policies are strict and I can't hand you this. I'd like to, but I'm going to take it home. 1-2 pitch, in on the hands and fouled off. Sam Little trying to scamper to second, but will have to go back. Counts 1-2, McDonald ahead of another hitter, trying to strike out the side. Do have the update on Carl Craigie, by the way. It was back tightness last night for anyone in our listening audience who was wondering about the left-hander who threw one pitch and came out of the game in the 9th last night. 1-2, called strike 3. Webb Little down on strikes, and McDonald will strike out the side. Freedom to the plate, bottom 6. They still need 2 as they trail 3-1 to the Las Leyendas on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Back into UC Health Stadium for the bottom of the 6th inning. The Florence Freedom coming to the plate. First pitch from Zach Hurley to leadoff batter A.J. Bumpus, the right fielder, is off the plate and outside for ball 1. The second pitch from Hurley in this 6th inning is a long foul ball for strike one. Of course, we welcome you back into the game. Aaron Lucan alongside my partner in crime, Aaron Brody. The game of the errand. My friend, it's a pleasure being with you tonight.
I appreciate you doing it. 1-1 to A.J. Bumpus is waved at and missed. So the Freedom right fielder will fall behind 1-2. It's still Zach Hurley on the mound. He's going for pitcher of the year tonight, trying to make it a 6th inning, 1-run performance. Facing this Freedom team, the 1-2's buried in the turf, nearly hitting Bumpus on the bounce. That'll leave in the count 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Mike Millian will go out there, make him laugh, and try to calm him down. As getting off to a fast start's always key when you're facing this Freedom batting order, the way they love to run and be aggressive on the bases. That leadoff hitter gets on base, you get a real problem on your hands, Lucan.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways that this Freedom lineup can come after you. From the long ball that we've seen so many times to the speed on the base paths, there's just really no stopping this team if they get going.
Couldn't agree more. They've struggled to play a competitive game of late. 2-2 up above the belt for ball 3. I'm talking about the Freedom, not the Leyendas. The Leyendas actually entered last night's opener of this weekend series, having won 3 games in a row. But the Freedom are just handling teams left and right now. 3-2 pitch, line towards right center field. Bumpus has a base knock. Will it split the gap? It will. It gets all the way to the wall. Bumpus can fly. He's around second, heading for third, and he will be there, diving in head first. A sliding triple. And a great start to the home side of the 6th in a 3-1 game.
Yes, it is, Aaron, and as we've alluded to a couple times, it's around these middle innings when the Freedom bats start to wake up a little bit. At least it has been the last couple of nights, batting around, sending 11 men to the plate in consecutive nights. In the 5th inning last night and the 6th inning the night before, and Bumpus gets him off to a hot start here as now Johnny Knight comes to the plate.
The story of this one has just been the elusive, timely 2-out hit. 7 base runners left on base for the Freedom in their first 5 at bats, but with nobody out, you don't have to have a base hit to play to run here. Johnny Knight in the box, and he'll stay in there as a fastball ran inside, but Knight was willing to wear it. It did not hit him, but it is 1-0. Knight 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. But a lot of pop in his bat. They call him Tank Town. Here's the 1-0. Little nubber, chopped foul. It'll be 1-1.
We learned about that Tank Town nickname for Knight last night. Had us in the back row of the press box laughing pretty hard, but he has lived up to it so far.
Couple of bombs this season and also a couple more in sim games before the season started. Announcing his presence, the 1-1 lifted in the air to right field. This could be trouble. It's shallow, but it'll hang up long enough for Sam Little to collect. Bumpus thought about tagging up, but he'll think better of it, diving back into third base, where he'll stand with 1 out as Lucas Owens makes his way to the plate. Off the bat, thought it might have had a shot to be one of those where it's a long run for Orveo Sain at second, a long run for the right fielder Little, and it falls in between them both, but too much hang time on that one from Knight, and Little got to it rather easily.
Hung up just long enough and just shallow enough to where Bumpus could not attempt to score there.
So we'll see if Lucas Owens can drive one a little bit further. Breaking balls outside. In fact, with the alignment, the Leyendas are playing defensively. A ground ball to second or short could get the run home. They're playing deep up the middle and only in on the edges. Here's a swing and a fly ball into shallow left center field. Bumpus in no man's land, waiting for the bounce. It will take a bounce on the turf, and Bumpus will score without a throw. The Freedom pull within 1 on an RBI single from Lucas Owens. It's a 3-2 game.
That ball landed in between the center fielder, left fielder, and shortstop there. bringing the Freedom once again within 1.
And that'll be all she wrote for Zach Hurley, who deserves a pat on the back. Zach Getze will make a pitching change, and we'll have the stats and info on the incoming gun when we come back to UC Health Stadium. The Freedom mounting a threat. They've scored once in the 6th. They've pulled within 1 in a 3-2 game. Keep it locked right here on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours. This is a public service announcement. This is only a test.
Back now here in the 6th inning at UC Health Stadium. We rejoin the game with 1 out as Brian Danzero comes to the plate. Replacing Zach Hurley on the mound is number 28, Sam Burton. Pikeville, Kentucky product, played high school ball at as the first pitch from Burton is for a strike. Looking. He gets ahead of Danzero 0-1. He comes to the Leyendas by way of the Atlantic League, playing for the York Revolution. And a stolen base for
Lucas Owens.
I had to double take there.
Appreciate you bringing it back in there as I had to go get another roster. But yeah, Sam Burton, 6'4", 235, as you said, at a Pikeville High School. A guy with Atlantic League experience playing for the York Revolution, who Jamison McGrain, a former Freedom great, ended up playing for after his stint in the Marlins organization. 0-2 pitch to Brian Danzero is left up for ball 1. But Owens has shown his willingness to steal bases all season. And he steals one in a big spot here for the Freedom. The tying run now in scoring position. As Danzero waves the bat waiting in a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way from Burton. No chance. Slider in the left-handed batter's box for ball number 2.
Big spot here as the 26-year-old Burton enters. As you mentioned, played for the York Revolution. Last season for the Revolution in 9 appearances, including 2 starts.
2-2 to Danzero. Good fastball waved at and missed. Danzer's down on strikes for the second out of the frame. And Craig Massey will come to the plate. Maybe no one that Dennis Pelfrey would choose before this guy to step in with 2 outs in the tying run and scoring position. As Skyline or Gold Star, I suppose, makes its way through the press box. I'm smelling it, and I'm getting rather hungry, Lucan.
I am too. And now we're going to see our second intentional walk of the ball game as they're going to put Massey on first base.
So the Leyendas have discovered a new toy that toy, the intentional walk. They've gone to it twice in as many innings, putting Logan Wyatt on to face Cesar Trejo back in the 5th, and now wanting no part of Massey in the 6th. So we'll see if Tyler Fitzgerald, who's homered today, can make it hurt.
And if you're a batter, Aaron, following.
First pitch,
that first
swing
pitch
and a
is
bullet
drilled
down the line and on the grassy berm, but good contact and a foul ball.
But as I was getting ready to say, Aaron, what do you think if you are stepping in after the guy in front of you is intentionally walked? What goes through your mind here?
Oh, you're just irritated. You feel slighted, disrespected, all the above. And you want so badly to come through. The problem is guys can then try too hard, press too much. You got to try to keep that even keel, stay relaxed. But judging by that first swing from Fitzgerald, he's in his happy place right now. Here's the 0-1. Runners take off, maybe hit and run. It's popped up out of play, another foul ball. And Fitzgerald will be in an 0-2 count. Fitzgerald has struck out twice around that solo shot. He's 1 for 3 today. But buried in the 0-2 abyss here. Couple of shakes from Burton, who's got a certain pitch in mind. Here it comes. Heavy fastball, but outside for ball 1. Freedom out hitting the Leyendas 7-4, but trail by 1 where it matters most. Good breaking ball called strike 3. Fitzgerald left the bat on his shoulder. Good work, Sam Burton coming in a pinch, but standing tall. 2 men stranded on base, and we go to the top of the 7th. 3-2, Leyendas in front on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Florence has pulled within 1 on the Freedom Broadcasting Network. Late stages. Go to the top of the 7th in the middle game between the Freedom and Leyendas. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan with you as Andrew McDonald's back on the bump for his 2nd inning in relief behind the starter Kevin Hahn, who was fabulous in a start today. McDonald striking out the side in his 1st inning of work and now stares in at Orveo Saint, who swings at the first pitch and hits a slow rolling ground ball to short. Fitzgerald quick to it. On to first, a half step ahead of Saint for out number 1. Lucas Owens, the big RBI single after the A.J. Bumpus leadoff triple in the bottom of the 6th. But 2 more men left stranded on base for the Freedom, who have now left 9 on the base paths in this 1-run game.
sometimes they're in those chipping away innings. A run here, a run there. Those are what you need.
Now in the box is Mike Millian, who will fall behind as McDonald commands the first pitch on the outside corner.
If anything, scratching another run across in the bottom of the sixth will give more confidence to this Freedom lineup.
Underneath, the fastball was Millian. Pops it up, foul ground, third base side. Cedillo gives chase, so does Tyler Fitzgerald, and it's the shortstop who will make the catch. I don't know that he called off Cedillo. They both had their gloves in the air, but it was Fitzgerald who ended up squeezing it. Either way, as long as you make the out, no one's complaining. Two quick ones for Andrew McDonald in the Freedom, and now Colin Ludy will likely take a few pitches to try to extend this quick moving top of the seventh.
Absolutely. Otherwise, we'd be on pace for a record-breaking short top of the seventh here. Kind of funny. It looked like they high-fived there as they both put their gloves up to catch that foul pop up.
Fastball and a late swing from Ludy, who will fall behind. Trying to make a play on a ball and foul ground, and a game of patty cake broke out, Lucan. The 0-1 pitch fouled back to the screen.
And they say anything can happen in a baseball game.
McDonald in control, 0-2. 6'3" righty making his Freedom debut today and looking nails. 0-2 on the way. And a half-hearted swing and a miss from Ludy, who's down on strikes. McDonald has faced just one over the minimum through 2 innings of relief. His strikeout total up to 4. Time to stretch in Florence. Scores 3-2. Leyendas in front on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Cedillo, Wyatt, Trejo, the do-up trio of Freedom hitters. 3-4-5 to face the right-hander Sam Burton, who took over with 2 outs to find in the last of the 6th. We're in the bottom of the 7th now. And who will plunk Cedillo on the first pitch? Good start for the Freedom. The leader will reach in a 1-run game. Cedillo representing the tying run at first as Logan Wyatt comes to the plate. It's 3-2 Leyendas.
Bringing to the plate now Logan Wyatt, the night's designated hitter.
Wyatt intentionally walked his last time up. 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs around that. Burton's fastball will miss away for ball 1. Do have the final lines for both starters tonight. I'll get that to you after this 1-0 pitch from Burton to Wyatt. It won't be a pitch. He'll throw to first base. checking on Sedio as the running game has gotten going at times today for Dennis Pelfrey's Freedom, but the lack of timely 2-out hits have told the story here in the middle game.
Such a contrast from what we've seen.
1-0 pitch, takes a little off, goes with the off speed and finds the outside corner. So Zach Hurley, the starter for the Leyendas, went 5 1/3 tonight. Scattered 7 hits, allowed 2 runs. They were both earned. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch, tempting and called strike 2. Wyatt started to offer but did not pull the trigger, and it won't matter. It's called a strike on location. So the big DH will have to protect in a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swung on, lifted in the air towards left center field. Long run in and left, and Becker's not going to get there. He has to play it on a bounce. Sedio moves up 90 feet to second. Wyatt has his first Freedom hit, and there's still nobody out with 2 men on in the Freedom side of the 7th.
That brings Cesar Trejo back to the plate as the Freedom are threatening. 2 men on, nobody out. As the Freedom shortstop, or excuse me, first baseman tonight. Used to him being the shortstop, makes his way to the plate.
Second, sir.
There's Pelf, we got him back. Trejo's first pitch, a strike on the inner half. Big shouts to Mike Disco, our producer, who ran a couple of AA batteries down to the dugout so we could get Pelf with us again. And we'll have him for the remainder of this middle game with the Leyendas. 3-2 your score as the breaking ball finds the outside corner. The count is 0-2. Trejo a single, a couple of ground outs, 1 for 3. But another RBI chance for a guy with good pop. The 0-2. Lifted over the netting and out of play behind home plate.
Once again, during a Trejo at bat, we hear Pelfrey say, oof.
Yeah, he wants it for him. He's known that he's been close a couple of times. Trejo swings the silver wood bat. Very distinct. You don't see those too often. It almost looks like a lead pipe in his hand.
Just imagine the damage he could do with one of those.
0-2's down and away. 1-2. Sometimes how loud it is coming off the bat, I wonder if he did sneak one out there. It's just a fresh paint job. Burton's 1-2. Outside to even the sequence. It's Chad Sedio at second, Logan Wyatt at first. Sedio getting plunked, and Wyatt reaching on his first Freedom base hit. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. Two-two pitch. Breaking ball raked down the line, and a fair baseball in left. It bounces off the wall. Sedio's going to score.
Logan, right there on the bag, on the bag.
Logan Wyatt's held up at third, and Trejo scampers into second. An RBI double to tie the game for the Freedom. And they're far from done. Nobody out, 2 ducks on the pond, and A.J. Bumpus to the plate.
I'll bet my life on it. That's what you get for walking people.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, man. My question is, like, if Sedio gets on in front of you, does he walk you then too? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because now, like, it's unbelievable.
Zach Getty coming out.
The problem I got with it is
might make another pitching change. We'll cue up Pelf here.
About developing players and making them better.
Well, my thing is, what do you see
that you've done? What have you done?
It's so different. Like, I could get back there and call a better game.
Oh God, it's
like what is different about his fucking eyes compared to everybody else?
Right. Like even like Lucas was out of second.
No pitching change made yet.
Chalk, like.
Interesting discussion at third base
These guys,
between Pelf
too, because I think
and Logan Wyatt.
This catcher does a horrible job of catching it and pulling,
Pelf usually
so watching the glove,
coaching and instructing.
Watch a window. You know what I'm saying? It's a window.
Sounds like Wyatt's getting the chance to tell him what he's seeing as well. And Lucan, familiar talking point is usually the umpiring around the Frontier League, and certainly that's not changing in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. They don't seem too happy with the zone tonight, do they?
No, but who knows? This is only our first time seeing this gentleman behind the plate here in Nick Saxton. Who knows what we'll see moving forward, but certainly Pelf and Tyler talking about that, among other things. I think that's all we really need to say about that, as Johnny Knight now makes his way to the plate.
Good thing we're not FCC regulated.
You're absolutely right, my friend. No 7-second delays here.
Jay Bumpus, so they load the bases. It's Johnny Knight in the box. Score is 3-3, and there is nobody out. Big swing and a miss on a breaking ball.
And on the fly ball, you're coming until I stop you. I'll be way down there. You're coming, so you don't have to make a decision. I'll make the decision for you. I'll just try to read the
Quiet night for Knight. That was redundant. 0 for 3, couple of flyouts.
Especially now as we're under the full cover of Knight.
Nice read. See it?
I like it. 0-1's way outside.
I try. Thank you. It may be a little bit too hard, but it's my first time up here. You heard it there. Pelf giving instruction to our lead runner on third base, designated hitter Logan Wyatt, telling him, hey, if there's a ball in the air, I'll make the decision for you.
1-1, off speed in for ball 2. It's Wyatt at third, Trejo at second, Bumpus at first. Could the 7th inning be that one inning seemingly we get every game where the Freedom bat around? They're on their way. 2-1, chasing an outside bender. Knight swung through it.
So based upon that swing right there, and I know this pitcher very well, he's probably throwing another one of those and try to bury it, probably going to be a pass ball.
Who now has the one he wants, and the 2-2 out.
Further out.
For ball 3. So it's now 3 straight innings in which the Leyendas have opted to intentionally walk a batter. But in each of the other 2, it paid off.
Tagging in the air, moving on the ground.
Of course, in each of the first 2 instances, there were 2 outs in the inning. This is the first time they've done it with nobody out. Payoff on the way. Knight put a good swing on it, hits it in the air to right field. This should get the job done. It will be handled in right by Little. Tagging and scoring is Wyatt. Throws cut off. Moving from second to third is Cesar Trejo, and staying put at first was A.J. Bumpus. But the Freedom have their first lead of the night, 4-3, on a sacrifice fly from Johnny Knight. And now there are runners on the edges, 1 out. And Zach Getze back out. This time he will make a call to the bullpen. The right-hander Sam Burton's night will be over. He surrenders the lead in the 7th, and we'll be back to tell you about the incoming pitcher when we come back to UC Health Stadium on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information,
they are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 a day.
Have stormed in front 4-3, courtesy 2 runs that have scored in a bottom of the 7th that is not over yet. Just one out in the frame. A new pitcher on the bump for the Lexington Las Leyendas. Sam Burton's night is done. And the new pitcher, Lucan, a righty by the name of Michael Koltak.
Yes, Koltak, a 27-year-old out of Georgetown College, just down in Georgetown in Kentucky. Even played at Ohio State after getting the nod at Georgetown.
It's down,
Looks like
if
it.
the first baseman's going to field it, you can score easy. If he bunts it over here to third, which the guy's way back, you got it easy.
2019, he spent
I got him.
the campaign with the Alpine Cowboys of the Pecos League. Appeared.
So he was teammates with Rodney Tinney, you're telling me, the Florence
Yes.
Y'all's tremendous leadoff hitter. It's Lucas Owens in the box now. Koltak ready to go. His first pitch on the way. Owens hits it sharply to right field. Cesar Trejo will tag up. And in right, Sam Little did not think that would be the case. He put absolutely nothing on his throw to second. Trejo scores easily. And with a 3 spot, the Freedom now lead by 2, 5-3.
And now we welcome to the plate center fielder number 8, Brian Danzero. More introduction to Koltak here in just a moment.
First pitch to Danzer, a good one. Danzero offered foul tipped, but squeezed behind the plate. It'll be an early strike and an 0-1 count on the Freedom 9-hole man who singled his first time up, but struck out and flew out to follow. It's 1 for 3. Runner takes off in Bumpus. He's headed for second, and he'll be there easily. Mike Millian. Has he pulled the trigger on a throw to second yet in this series? He has started both games behind the plate for the Las Leyendas, but he is on their roster as an infielder. I'm not sure how confident he is in throwing down to second.
Tell you the truth, I don't think that he has pulled the trigger yet. Granted, last night I was in the row behind you running these sounds, so I didn't get quite as good a view, but I don't think he has.
I don't remember it if he did. Good breaking ball. Danzero started to go, and they will say yes, he did. So Danzer will be punched out, and that will do it for the Freedom in the 7th, but a successful inning at the dish. Brand new ball game. Freedom in front 5-3 as we go to the 8th on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Number 29.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5 1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Jared Cheek will take over for the Florence Freedom in the top of the 8th. Florence has jumped in front by a pair, 5-3, with a 3 spot in the home side of the 7th. RBIs in the inning for Johnny Knight and Lucas Owens. We talked about it time and time again in this series. When you're taking on the Freedom, it doesn't matter how well you perform. If you go 5 shutout frames, the problem is this offense gets to hit again in the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and you get it. It just takes one. And this Freedom team has been uncanny at just
I mean,
laying low,
I might get
staying
it
in the game,
one there for a double play,
and then
maybe.
seizing in one particular tremendous inning of offense like we just saw in the 7th. So they have jumped in front of the Leyendas for the first time tonight and only have 6 outs to go before collecting a series victory. Jared Cheek on the mound to face Luke Becker first. And he will fall behind 1-0 as a fastball missed down.
He looked good. He looked good.
The 1-0 pitch from Cheek will again miss down. Cheek, of course, played with the Freedom in 2019 and was immediately a tremendous asset in the back of their bullpen. Here's a fastball fouled back out of play.
A little erratic around there, though. That's... Boy.
No doubt, fastball was there. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Becker. Here's a swing and a bounder up the middle that's going to fall through into center field past the diving glove of Tyler Fitzgerald.
Not by much, though, Aaron. And that'll bring to the plate now.
Zero fear on either side. That emptiness we talk about is just stale.
Duran Elmore.
Rewatch. The Giants gave up a 5-run lead in the 9th. Extra innings. The A's scored. Right in the closer, Liam Hendricks.
First pitch from Cheek to Elmore. A fastball for a strike.
Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. All fast.
2 hours and 23 minutes into this game and already in the top of the 8th.
Hitter, like, not getting the job done. Instead of the confidence of getting it.
The 0-1's up high.
Come, babe.
1 ball, 1 strike on Elmore. Cheek has gotten work early and often in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Already his 5th appearance as a fastball's fouled sharply off the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheek has spanned 7 1/3 innings.
Can't be afraid of that.
He scattered 11 hits, allowed 4 runs. They've all been earned. 13 strikeouts for the power right-hander. Just 2 walks. His 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. That's a strikeout, and strikeout number 14 for Cheek on the season. Gets Elmore for out number 1.
Now stepping in, you've got Cole Cottom once again. I will say, Aaron, that it's one of those strange things that's been difficult to get used to, for me at least, with this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, is seeing how the pitchers are splitting their time between the Freedom and the Yalls. You mentioned 5 appearances, and certainly doesn't feel that way.
Cole caught him in there and swinging and missing at a first pitch fastball. Yeah, and what makes it tough too is it's so hard to track what happens in the games in Lexington, because as I've learned the hard way, with guys wearing different jersey numbers seemingly every time they go out, at least in the Yalls uniforms, you can't rely on who you saw pitch in the game in the box score. It's not always accurate.
Particularly when in a season like this, you're still trying to put names to faces, and then
new jersey numbers,
and you think of a guy like Jonathan Tripp, for example, last year number 34, and 2018 as well, absolutely iconic in that number in my mind.
Yep.
As a Freedom pitcher, you see him in 14, you see him in 18. I can't get used to it, man.
You're speaking my language. The 0-2 to Cottom, buries a slider. It swung on and missed. Great pitch from Jared Cheek, and he has got back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single. Strikeouts just all over the score sheet since inning number 3.
It's almost as if they flipped the switch.
11 strikeouts in the last to get the force out of the lead runner. That's why he's an affiliated shortstop, folks. Tyler Fitzgerald made a tough play look routine, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Freedom in front by 2, 5-3.
Yeah, he's slow as crap.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chev.
Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before. An incredible selection at Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Back into Florence for the bottom of the 8th inning. Freedom over top of the Lexington Las Leyendas by a score of 5-3.
Another new pitcher on the mound for the Lexington Las Leyendas. They go to a lefty here in the bottom of the 8th. So Michael Koltak turns in some clutch one-out pitching to limit the Freedom damage in the 7th, but will not come back out for the 8th. Zach Gessie testing the depth in the bullpen, going with the lefty Henry Owens to face the first hitter here in the Freedom side of the 8th, Craig Massey, the leadoff man, who will bend away from a first pitch fastball that buzzed his tower for an early ball. Breaking ball will be called a strike to even the sequence 1-1 on Massey. Count is 1-1 on Massey. Here comes Owens' pitch. Fastball's outside for ball 2. The Leyendas leading this game until the bottom of the 7th, when the Freedom jumped in front for the first time. 2-1 pitch, up and in again, and to the backstop. 3 balls and a strike to Massey, who's got one more hit tonight, been intentionally walked once, and 0 for 2 otherwise. 1 for 3 on the night. Owens has the full windup. He rocks into it and is 3-1. Fouled straight back on a good, vicious cut from Massey.
Full count, the payoff pitch now from Henry Owens, the former Boston Red Sox farmhand. This is turning into a pretty good at-bat as that one is fouled back, and I heard it clank off the roof atop UC Health Stadium. The upper deck up here, where we enjoy our perch from the press box. Owens looks in.
And he got Craig Massey swinging. Breaking ball. Dropped off the table. Massey tried to protect but could not make contact. And he'll be the first out for the Freedom in the 8th.
Just a very good pitch. Nice change of pace to seemingly trick Craig Massey and retire him for the first out of the inning. Tyler Fitzgerald back to the plate as the lefty Owens prepares for the first pitch of the at-bat.
And here he comes. Fitzgerald shows bunt but can't get it down. It's fouled off the third base side.
Brody, I tell you what, no matter what the Freedom batters try to do, Leyendas just showing no respect to the tendency of this roster and Dennis Pelfrey to put the bunt on.
I know. And even after they show it, they don't make the adjustment. Higher at third base is like, go ahead and bunt your way on if you want, bud. I'm playing 2 steps from the outfield turf. We'll see if Fitzgerald goes back to it. He's still got a strike to play with. Here's the 0-1. He did not square, and he watched a ball miss at his shoe tops to even the count 1-1. Freedom did not bat around for a third consecutive night in the 7th, but they did send 7 guys to the plate and their best inning offensively all night. 1-1 on the way. Downstairs again for ball 2.
Owens looks in. Lefty sets in from the stretch.
Even in the event that he did. Sounded like he got a little bit of contact. Been a weird night at the plate for Fitzgerald. Got the night off to a fast start with his first home run of the year, but since then a hat trick and strikeouts. And Henry Owens with the 2-2. Breaking ball tattooed to deep left. Back at the track is Becker, and it's off the top of the wall. Just staying in the yard. Fitzgerald will have his stand-up double. And that looked dangerously close to hitting that yellow stripe at the top of the wall.
I was almost certain that it did, Aaron.
I thought it was going to leave the yard altogether, but it did stay in the field of play. But I wonder if we had instant replay, if that would have been off the yellow stripe and Fitzgerald's second homer of the night. He absolutely blistered that baseball to left center. It looked like Dave Blanchett was checking the ball for dents before he gave it back to the pitcher, Henry Owens. It's Chad Sedio in the box now. Fitzgerald at second, representing an insurance run in a 5-3 game. Florence leads. Owens will call time and prompt his catcher Mike Millian out for a quick chat.
One of my biggest pet peeves, pitcher not knowing what sign with the runner on second. So when it happens, we got to call time and slow the game down.
I hear you, Pelf. So now we know Dennis Pelfrey's biggest pet peeve. Slowing the game down because you don't know the signs of the man at second.
Short's there.
Fitzgerald taking off for third base. Got a tremendous jump.
Bag,
Millian will
bag.
pull
Ball's
the
here,
trigger.
ball's here, ball's here,
it gets
ball's
away
here,
from
ball's here.
higher, but not enough for Fitzgerald to feel comfortable to race home. So he'll stay right there. But a successful stolen base for Fitzgerald.
Good, and you didn't even catch it all either with the barrel, but the feet look grounded.
Result of the pitch was a called strike to Sedio. His count will be 0-1, and with 1 out, he can plate Fitzgerald with the ground ball or a fly ball, as the Leyendas are not playing in around the infield. 0-1, sweeping slider, down and away for ball 1.
So that's the only thing I want to work on with you a lot is not to be so aggressive coming back here, because if he doesn't come, then it doesn't matter, right? I got him. Just have a little trust in me. That way you can read the throw back to the pitcher from the catcher. And you get a nice big lead. You don't have to have a secondary at all. Just make a nice read off the bat. Tagging in the air.
The 1-1.
You're good. You're good.
Outside for ball 2.
Tagging in the air.
And
Anything in the outfield, tagging, you're
Henry
coming until I
Owens.
stop you. I'll be way down there.
Being a former member of the Boston Red Sox organization, I did not, saying that, I did not realize he actually has a couple of seasons of worth of Major League appearances under his belt for the Red Sox back in 2015 and 2016.
Nice read right here.
It's fantastic. It's incredible. 2-1
Good.
is
You're
outside.
Good. You're good.
So this is a guy who's no stranger to the bright lights.
You're absolutely right. In 2 years for the Red Sox, he put up a record of 4 and 6, 16 starts, 5.19 ERA, and 85 innings pitched.
Just too big.
So he wasn't just up for a cup of coffee. 85 innings. Good changeup, swung on and missed. Cedillo way out in front. Now in a full count.
3-2, bring the infield in here.
As we mentioned, Owens was a former first-round pick of the Boston Red Sox back in 2011, so he did spend a long time in that organization.
Free it up a little bit, nice and relaxed. And you got plenty of room. I got him.
His payoff to Cedillo. Too far in, ball 4. The Leyendas infield did crash in just before that pitch to Cedillo.
Lefty, put him on for the righty.
And now with runners on the edges, they will retreat to double play depth up the middle, leaving Higher and Little in on the edges. Let's check out what Dennis Pelfrey's got to say to Tyler Fitzgerald at third base.
Like, what he did is created more at-bats for you guys. Like, and what it does is it puts you back up in the 9th if they tie it up. You know what I'm saying? And then ball game. They have never thrown to second on a steal, first and third steal, so I wouldn't expect them to here either.
Well, Pelf answered the question for us. Million has not pulled the trigger on a throw to second. Logan Wyatt in the box. First pitch.
You're good.
Too far in. And it's 1-0. Wyatt got his first Freedom hit in his last at bat. Singled and scored a run on a Johnny Knight sacrifice fly.
He could hit you in the back.
It's so entertaining, Aaron, to hear the breakdown of the game from Dennis Pelfrey down there on the coach's mic.
1-0 is in the turf
good.
for ball 2 to Wyatt. Yeah, we are so lucky that they agree to wear that, not just on an occasion either. They wear it every home game for us,
Everything easy. That's the idea. We want to make
giving us a third dimension to the broadcast, getting to find out what's going on
Anything on the ground, let's go even back.
between the white lines.
If he comes after you, just stand the run down just a little bit to get first and third again.
Owens will pick to first base. So while Mike Millian hasn't pulled the trigger on a throw to second, the Leyendas are still trying to do their darndest to slow down the Dennis Pelfrey running game.
Still tagging in the air, still expecting a pass ball.
Early and often picks to first base when the bag's occupied, as it is right now by Chad Cedillo. 2-0 pitch to Wyatt. Fastball looking for an edge and not getting the call. It's 3-0. Wyatt 1 for 3 in total today. He was one of the 3 Freedom players to have earned an intentional walk in this one as well. 3-0 delivery down in the turf for ball 4. It's back-to-back walks, and the bases are loaded in the 8th. Just one out.
Consecutive innings now where the relief pitching has loaded the bases full of Freedom.
And that's always a risky proposition facing this squad. This is how the games can quickly get out of hand. Just a 2-run game right now. The Freedom in front 5-3, but Cesar Trejo hit a rocket of a double his last time up, giving him 4 RBIs in his last 2 games.
And it goes without saying right now, but with comparatively how runs have been at a premium during this ball game, these would be some huge insurance runs to scratch across for the Florence Freedom.
See if they can do it. First pitch to Trejo, breaking ball hit hard, and it's off Fitzgerald and foul ground on the third base side. That is going to be a foul ball. And that is why the runner isn't lined up in foul ground. Looks like Dave Blanch is going to try to call Fitzgerald out, but he was in foul ground. He should not be out. That's a foul ball.
And now Getsy's out.
It hit him right, but he was in
Both managers are trying to plead with the umpires. Looks like Getsy is trying to talk to Dave Blanchett out there, and Pelf is working with Nick Saxton. Trainer Brian Jett of the Freedom quickly out to check on Fitzgerald, and looks like nothing more than a little bit of pain.
Yeah, Fitzgerald looks fine. Brian Jett did race out there to check on him.
But hey,
Fitzgerald called him off.
Just an FYI, nobody gets to lead in fair territory. Nobody does. So professional baseball. That's a bad call. It's a bad call.
That is truly a bad call.
I don't know if he's new, Dave, but you need to talk to him. I don't know if he's new, but you need to talk to him. That's a bad one. No. What?
Somebody's just got ejected in the Freedom dugout, arguing about Fitzgerald being out, which will be the call for out number 2.
Just a strange situation all the way around here. It has transpired here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And it looks like it's Mike Morris, the Freedom hitting coach. In fact, the hitting coordinator in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, who got ejected from the dugout.
You can't see that. But that's where it's just important to our guys. Right? I agree. It's important to our guys. Okay. Because he's our hitting guy. Like, it's important. We work on this stuff. We work on the base running.
Pell pleading the case on behalf of hitting coach Mike Morris, hitting coordinator, I should say.
Yeah, he didn't like the quick hook that Dave Blanchett had for Mike. And again, for those who are wondering exactly what happened, Tyler Fitzgerald was off in his lead at third base when a rocket shot off the bat as Cesar Trejo hit the base runner. And it should have been a foul ball.
That was unbelievable.
As Fitzgerald was lined up in foul ground, as Pelfrey pointed out, every runner at third base is. You're never getting your lead in fair territory. But he was called out, and Cesar Trejo was given first base.
We got 2 outs, Dave? Okay.
So it's still bases loaded, and there are 2 outs for A.J. Bumpus.
Yeah, well, and I love it. That's what I talk about, man. You get a good swing off, like you're going to hit it a mile. You miss it, you miss it.
Breaking ball on the first pitch to A.J. was up and in for ball 1.
Yeah, and I like it.
So because it was ruled a fair baseball that collided off Fitzgerald, the Leyendas would have had to make the play to get Trejo at first. They didn't.
We think a lot alike. I know we do.
And that's why he's there at first, and Fitzgerald was called out. Because apparently Fitzgerald was in fair territory when the ball hit him. 1-0 on the way to Bumpus, down and away for ball 2.
A horrible call.
Hard to tell. And of course, Pelt making his feelings known.
Right here.
Showing our batter on third base exactly where he thought that Wyatt was in foul territory.
Boy, Bump.
And the count now 2-1 on Bumpus after that swinging strike on a breaking ball.
If there was a fielder behind it, then no.
So now 2-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning for the Freedom.
If the second baseman is way over, yes, it counts as a hit. If there's a guy, they assume it would be made. The play would be made if a guy's behind you. But yeah, he probably gets a hit there. That's amazing. 2-foot foul ball.
Now the 2-1 from Owens. Chopper out in front of the mound. Owens fields it. Throw on to the first baseman, Webb Little, and the side is retired.
Yeah. You should bring your phone out and video all the stuff that happens, baby.
What looked to be a very promising inning for the Florence Freedom ends with nothing across the board. Just a weird ending all the way around as we head now to the top, as we prepare to head now to the top of the 9th inning.
Right there, but
at Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Welcome back to UC Hell Stadium as we go to the top of the ninth. The Freedom need just 3 outs to put the finishing touches on a series victory. And it'll be right-hander Jared Cheek on the mound in search. Sam Little leading things off for the Leyendas. Aaron Brody and Aaron Lucan with you from Florence, Kentucky, as the fastball will start the ninth. And it's outside for ball 1.
What were they saying?
Quick consensus reached, and Cheek fires home a fastball. That'll be strike 1.
I don't understand why Mike was yelling at Dave, though. Dave can't see that call. He does not like Dave.
Here on the crowd mic, or on the manager's mic, that Pelf is still talking about last inning, is the 1-1 is low and inside. 4-2.
And that was a wacky little bottom of the 8th. Saw hitting coordinator Mike Morris get ejected, and that's what Pelf is talking with Chad Rhodes about in the dugout right now. Breaking ball called a strike. Cheek has evened the count 2-2 on Little.
And it just shows you that in the game of baseball, Aaron, how quickly things can turn on a dime. It looked to be one of those promising innings. I thought we were well on our way to another instance of the Freedom lineup batting around.
Slider on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Good start for Cheek.
And now back to the plate, first baseman Webb Little. Over 3 with 2 strikeouts for Little so far on the evening.
The other one, did you see that, Riggs?
Owen sets up out, pitch on the way. Down and away for ball 1.
Watley, you know who Watley is, right? Shortstop? He hits a ball down the first base line, hits the bag to the...
Cheek sets at the belt and is 1-0. Sharply hit foul for strike 1.
Back to the plate. It hit the bag. It hit the bag. Yeah.
Freedom bat boy had quite a run for that foul ball.
Yeah. Oh, good pitch.
As the 1-1
squirts to the backstop for ball 2.
You cannot make it up, baby. You can't make this. This is... We should all be Facebook living this because some of the calls. Oh, baby. Hey.
2-1 delivery from Cheek. Good breaking ball. Swung through and missed.
So our other team, the
Lucky for Pelf, he says we should be Facebook living. Well, we've got the live stream.
We do.
So
it's just YouTube Live.
Yes, we've got evidence of all these things.
The Y'alls are down by 2. There's 2 guys on. Hits a ground ball missile.
2-2.
First base line.
Chopped to short. Played on an easy second hop by Fitzgerald and on to first in time. 2 quick outs for Jared Cheek in the 9th. As the Freedom are 1 pitch away from a series victory and a sweet opportunity on Sunday.
Brought him back to the plate. Hits a double off the center field wall to score 2 to tie it. You were there? Were you there? Oh, baby.
And now at the plate is number 1, Orveo Saint. 0 for 3 tonight, including 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
Baby. Wait, too many questions.
Cheek fires the first pitch.
What?
Right in there. 0-1.
Yeah. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Saint 0 for 3 has not reached. Struck out once. Breaking ball and a late swing. Always interesting when you're late on a breaking ball. I'm thinking Jared Cheek just saw that. And here comes the fastball and an 0-2 count. We'll see. Here comes the pitch. It was, and he struck him out with it.
Nice job, fellas.
The Freedom off the mats in the 7th. Come from behind to steal a 5-3 victory to clinch the series with the Lexington Las Leyendas here in Florence over the weekend. And they have earned the right to break out the brooms with the win tomorrow in a matinee at UC Health Stadium. Back to recap what we just witnessed as we segue in to a victorious Florence Freedom postgame show next on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Put that second gear on you.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car. One of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
Welcome back inside UC Health Stadium on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Aaron Brody here, Aaron Lucan there. The Aaron Show in a victorious Florence Freedom postgame show. We saw a 5-3 nail-biter tonight. Always good to see the Florence Freedom get tested. There have not been a lot of games where they have so far in this season. We talked about the offense night in, night out. Tonight, it wasn't so much the explosion offensively, but it was getting off the mat late.
Absolutely, you're right, Aaron. Freedom saw their first game where they really haven't had this big breakout inning that just broke it open in the middle of the game, and trailing 3-1, they put together a 3-run inning in the bottom of the 7th, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Where Lucas Owens, our player of the game, was responsible for the sac fly that put the Freedom in front for the first time, where they would never look back. Also on the night, Andrew McDonald earning his first win in a Freedom uniform in his first appearance. A heck of a performance by him. that I'm sure my partner in crime here would love to tell you a little bit more about.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to take that next, so you set me up beautifully for the segue here, Luke. And Andrew McDonald did make his Freedom debut tonight, the guy from Mason, Ohio, Mason High School, who pitched professionally in the Cincinnati Reds organization, does get win number 1 in his first outing at UC Health Stadium. And the guy looks, not that the guy hasn't pitched in a big stage before, needing a lot of confidence. Still, it's not always easy getting off the bus, so to speak, coming out and performing well on your first night in Florence, Kentucky. But moment wasn't too big for Andrew McDonald. He's been in this spot over and over again, and he certainly looked lights out today.
Absolutely. Very admirable performance from him to lock up his first win in a Freedom uniform, as we said. Taking the loss tonight for the Leyendas was Sam Burton, and then coming in on the save was Jared Cheek. He recorded the very rare 6-out save, but one I'm sure he's happy to get and to lock up.
Pitchers, you're very rarely coming into the game in the 9th inning leading by 3 runs or less, but that was the case tonight, so a good opportunity for Chad Rhodes, Dennis Pelfrey, to bring in one of those guys that profiles as the late innings reliever like Cheek to slam the door on a win, which is exactly the way it played out. So before we get too far lost in the weeds, we still need to talk about a guy who got stung with a tough no decision today. But how about the right-hander Kevin Hahn? In his first start at home, second start of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, he didn't show any sort of nerves, didn't show any sort of angst facing this Los Leyendas batting order. Took him a little bit to get in the true flow of the game, but once he did, he started racking up the strikeouts, boy.
Yes, once he got into that 3rd inning, was able to settle down a little bit, start locating those breaking pitches, he looked phenomenal. Went another 3 innings after that and was pretty much lights out. So the 3-run performance was not indicative at all. Still a great outing, but not indicative of the night that Kevin Hahn had on the mound. An absolutely great pitching performance from the Freedom right-hander.
Yeah, I mean, had he gone one more inning, even with 3 runs allowed, it still would have been a quality start. But one thing, too, you can't forget was that one Freedom miscue. I believe it was in the 1st inning. In fact, it was in the 3rd inning in the 1-run frame for the Los Leyendas. An error at short by Tyler Fitzgerald, so that actually became an unearned run in the frame. So really, Kevin Hahn's line tonight, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, but just 2 of those earned. He did not walk anybody, which is always something you strive for in every start. 6 strikeouts for the man who wears number 30 because of Steph Curry, his favorite Golden State Warriors basketball club out there on the Bay Area product, but looking more than comfortable here in the Bluegrass State as the Battle of the Bourbon Trail rages on. Another victory for the Freedom. With that, I'll take you to the field cam as I stick my nose in the book and read you all the pertinent facts about tonight. Like the line score, which was 5-3, Florence victorious, 10 hits to 5 over the Los Leyendas in this one. 2 errors made by the Freedom, however, to just 1 miscue for Lexington. It became not so much the story of the game, but it was certainly early. 13 men left on base for the Freedom tonight. Luckily, they scored 5 of them, and that was more than enough. Only 3 souls left stranded on the base paths for the Los Leyendas. Tonight's game played in a rather speedy 2 hours and 51 minutes. Game time temperatures 86 degrees, partly cloudy skies. It cooled down a bit as the sun set here in Florence, and it is nothing but a pleasant, beautiful evening as we get underway on a rockin' Saturday here in Florence, Kentucky. The Freedom have earned the right to play for a sweep in tomorrow's finale with the Los Leyendas. First pitch at 3:05. Our broadcast for that one will begin at 2:50. I will be on the call for that one. Aaron Lucan, tremendous job tonight stepping in, putting on the headset, being my color commentator tonight. Hope you enjoyed your first foray in the broadcast booth.
I had a blast, my friend. Thank you very much for having me. I just hope that everybody stuck around. I didn't run anybody off.
Oh, I don't think so.
And we got to see a Freedom win, so
always
we will
a plus.
take that.
Always a plus. So on behalf of Aaron Lucan, I'm Aaron Brody, wishing you all a fantastic rest of your weekend. And we'll see you either back here at UC Health Stadium tomorrow or right here on the Florence Y'all's YouTube channel as the Freedom look to break out the brooms. Our broadcast will start at 2:50 for that 3:05 first pitch. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you again around the bend.